Hi, this is Dave from Website Toolkit, and this is a unscripted video where I'm going to be looking at focus mode, the new name for my NagMeNot browser extension. So NagMeNot started off to help clear up the WordPress admin dashboards to basically clear out all the clutter and upgrade and upsell notifications. Apart from the extension could be useful on other portals or websites, which is why I've decided to port it across to Website Toolkit and include that as an extra benefit for anyone with the pay once or an agency subscription. So you can visit the website-toolkit.co.uk, go over to browser extensions and click on focus mode to find out more. But let's get hands on and have a look through. So I've got a empty Trello board here, and I'm just going to walk you through how you could hide a few of the different screen elements on here. Sometimes things work first time, and sometimes you may need to do a couple of steps to clear through. But once you've got it in place, it will then actually work for all future page loads or times you access that portal. So I've already got the browser extension enabled, and we've got our focus mode icon in the top here. So we can see it's not currently active on the Trello.com domain. So I'm going to click on the add current domain to begin with. That'll just refresh the page and start applying anything that's already in place. Obviously, as we've not set anything up, nothing's changed as yet. So I'm going to walk through two different ways which we could do things. So if you click on the icon to bring up the pop-up, we've got the original pick element, which is handy for sort of simpler parts of the page. However, advanced pick can be used to sort of target things that maybe have names that change or a little bit harder to target in the page. So if I do advanced pick, and then after a couple of seconds, we'll see it activates, and we now get our little red box around the part of the page. If I hover over the drop down on here for the different views, and I'm on the free plan, so I've got no other views on there, and click on that bit, we've now got a whole different selection of the different sort of classes or styles with IDs that are around that bit. So you can pick the most suitable one. Here we can see we've got some other randomized names on there, which would obviously change each time. So we wouldn't want to target those. But the one we've got at the top here for view switcher button more has a good name on there, which looks like the one we want to use. So I'm just going to click on save and hide on there. And that's the first bit done. Obviously, nothing's happened because we've not got it enabled. So if I swap over to custom, which is where the new rules go by default, the page would refresh. And once it's loaded, the extension takes place and hides the different elements that should be there. That's now gone. So we've just got rid of a little extra drop down that we'd never click on because it's not useful for us. Likewise, I never use the inbox or planners and bits on here, so we could hide this part as well. So the other way you could potentially do things is by right-click on the area, go to focus mode, and either hide this element or the same hide this element and choose selector. Just to show the different examples, I'm going to say choose. And here we can see we've got a very clear islands nav there, which is exactly what we want. And we can see the little red line around the border at the bottom here, which means that's targeting that bit. So if we do save and hide as well, because we've got the custom mode enabled, that's been hidden straight away. Now, in practice, the ones that took a couple of attempts to hide were things like the power-ups and automation, but let's give that a try now. So if I right-click on there, do focus mode, and choose selector on there, we can see this has just got the span on that side. So for this one, I'm just going to click the span that may well be part of the inside of that bit for the picture rather than the outer. So we can now see the icon's technically gone, but we've still got the background box on there as well, so we've got a space showing up. If I just try this again, focus mode, hide on there, we can now see we've also got the button for that bit. If I select on there, that's now hidden the whole thing. Likewise, I could do the same through the advanced pick on there, just to enable that. After a couple of seconds, that goes, and potentially try the outer on there as well. In this case, we can actually see we've got the button itself, and if I do save and hide on there, that's removed it in the first fell swoop. So that hasn't made a massive amount of difference to this bit, but if you've always just got that bit sitting in the way and it just frustrates you, or there's other parts on there that you don't need, and you can just remove the extra tiny bits of clutter on there, it's kind of a bit of a showcase to show you some of the ways that it can do things. Now, if there's other websites that you use quite often, For example, I use sort of a Freemiss for sort of payments for the different plugins and browser extensions. I never actually need to use the help through the front, but this is a site that I know there's actually got a help widget in place. So for this one, I could do the same sort of thing. Click up on the top there, do advanced pick, and try and target this bit. Now, it would have been generated by an iframe, which means it won't always work on there. So if I try that bit, we can now see we've got our div beacon and other parts on there. But I know when I tried this before, it hid the inside part of it and not the outside. So I'm just going to click on that one and just say save and hide. And I'll just close that down for now. And then obviously you need to go through and add it to, or add the current domain, because the extension will only work on domains that you've actually explicitly added to your allow list. It won't try and do it for every website that you go to. So if I just click on that one there, it should refresh the page. And in this case, it didn't quite work on there. So let's give this another try using the advanced pick. And click on the outer bit on that side through. And it's not like that again on this side, mainly because it's JavaScript adding that into the page on there. So if I just click on that to cancel it off on there, and as I say, this is live and unscripted and it hasn't quite worked. There we go. I've clicked on an outer bit on here. We've got our div beacon on that side, which should be kind of close enough to save and hide on there. If I refresh, it still hadn't gone. So the old tried and trusted bit, there's some other parts on here that don't always go. You can use your dev tools and find what we've got on there. And we've got our beacon container, is most likely to be the whole part on there. So if I do ID beacon container, copy that bit out, you can also add your own custom classes in without using the picker. So if I click on that bit, pop down to settings, and see our manage custom selectors, we can see the different island nav and things which we added already. So if I add in our beacon container, set that for custom as well, and add that bit, and just refresh over here. That didn't quite work. Now I think there were two other bits on here, so let's just do beacon as well. Because it's been added in by JavaScript and the iframe on there, this time we basically targeted the top beacon div, and it was there for a split second before the extension took place, and it's now gone. So that's kind of a couple of the different ways that you can use on that side through. If you're a bit more technical, you can target the IDs itself or try and do the inline pickers. And the last example on this bit, just on the This Is Money website, it always loads up that video in the top corner there that I've never got interest in. So you can also use the advanced pick on here. I'm going to click on the actual video section on that side, and we can see we've got one commercial player that holds that one on that side. So if I do save on there, that's gone straight away. And if I just add the current domain on there as well, that should refresh. And now that's hiding that each time I come back. So I won't get distracted by the video player in there that I've always got to kind of click and just sort of click on that bit to get rid of. Likewise, I'm less interested in the footsie and bits on here. So on this one as well, I can do focus mode, hide this element on that side, and that goes. And it just gives you a quick breakdown of what you did on that side through. And then I think there's also a couple of other parts on here, like I've not got any interest in the money portfolio, so I can just hide these bits as well on there, just to get rid of those. So next time I come back to the page on there, after a second when the extension takes place, the video's gone, the big part of the top's gone, so I can just see what else is in place. So it's a little utility that you can just use to kind of help clean up sites that you kind of regularly go to that have got things in place that you're not interested in. And that's included with the pay once or the agency subscription plans for Website Toolkit. Thanks for watching.